used to contact you through phone and used to request you to give some information. That information used to be that, do you like this product or not? If you like, then why you like, which feature you like. So, or if you don't like this product at all, tell us how we can improve in our product so that people can like this particular product. So this was something very rigorous, very tedious job, and it was not easy. Suppose you want to know about your competitor, it was not so easy. That how many product they have, what is the market share, that what is the review of customer towards a particular brand or a particular product who is your competitor. So it was very difficult task at that time. But thanks to internet, now see things has changed. um, you have Google search engine, you have Google Analytics, and you have marketing analytics. And now you have a lot of other software and other organization. They give you some information. They update you about your competitor, not only about your competitor, but they keep you updating regarding the customer. That how customer looking for and why customer are looking for different kind of products, different kind of services, because fashion keep on changing, taste keep on changing, lifestyle keep on changing. So when everything is so dynamic, customer behavior is so dynamic, customer today likes something, tomorrow they may not like this. So who tell you that in next customer would be liking, will have this kind of liking or this kind of disliking? So that is possible. That is possible because now we have a software, we have analytical tools, and these analytical tools has done such kind of wonder. The example could be, you comes to a mall and where would be eyeball movement, that up to that extent the software help you to find out, to decide that when you enter into a mall, which color will attract your eyes ball, and your eyes ball movement would be up, down, left, right. For example, when you open a newspaper, which side first your eyes ball, you know, see, right? So up to that extent, this kind of analytics, this kind of software, these kind of things has been done. So it's gonna be very important because you guys soon will be entering into industry, and industry people look for such kind of people, those have these kind of marketing analytics. But it's all advanced. But what you need to do with the help of marketing research, you need to understand how to collect data, in what form you need to collect data. Here you can see a marketing research one point. Here you can see a marketing research and the online research. So when you collect data from individual, data remain data until unless you analyze it or segregate it for some purpose. And now just think of Google, just think of YouTube, billion, millions. I mean, we can't count now such kind of information, such kind of data they have. But what is the use of that data? How they use this data information? So if data remain data, there is no use. What they do, they have some marketing analytical tools and techniques. With the help of these marketing tools and techniques, they convert raw data. They convert raw data into what you call information. And this information become a knowledge. And on the basis of a knowledge, manager, CEO of different organization, they take decision. So what is the ultimate goal of marketing analytics? Very simple, that we collect data on the basis of whatever information data we have collected. We need to use some advanced tools and technique. For example, now we have a software like SPSS or R programming that you can learn. And these software actually help us to analyze the data. And then whatever outcome or output comes with the analysis of data, we interpret that information and decide, or maybe it helps us to estimate something, forecast something. So this special session would be not only to understand market research, not only to understand online research, but we will try to see how we can analyze the information. And here you can see one line: analyzing and using marketing information for forecasting. That would be a kind of wonder, because it is very difficult, believe me, it's very difficult to forecast. It's very difficult to estimate things, because as I mentioned, human beings by nature, they are very, very dynamic, right? And you don't understand on what basis they take decision. For example, if suppose you are planning to buy mobile phone or a four-wheeler car, something like that, you never know what will click you, what will come to your mind. You listen to your friends, you listen to advertisement, you see the analysis, right? You talk to your family members, and you may have limitation in terms of money and time, but you never know what situation occur, what would be there, which will motivate you to buy a particular mobile phone or maybe a particular car brand. So that we can estimate, forecast. So beauty of marketing analytics would be that whatever data you collect, that data would be used for information, and that information we can interpret to make decision. And decision in terms of that, maybe 2 year down the line, 6 months down the line, uh, what would be the preferences of a customer? Would they like to have product at their doorstep, or will it be through, because like India has become now hub for using drone. So drone would be just we will be using drone just for the purpose of supplying medicine or pizza, or maybe a lot of things you will see soon, that drone has been used not only to create YouTube video. Now you see a lot of YouTube video. When you go to hilly station, they picturize the scenic beauty with the help of drone. So that would be just for fun, or that would be used as a tool. So maybe in future that people would like to have everything at their doorstep. So we need information that what kind of like and what kind of dislike. So here actually we are estimating, we are forecasting. And when you talk about these tools and techniques, basically these tools and techniques are statistical tools and techniques, where basically in research, you see that two variables, any two variables or any two phenomena, are they associated with each other? For example, just think of mm, performance of a student, maybe weird idea, weird phenomena, weird variable I'm talking about, or the concept. So one concept could be a performance of a student, and second could be smoking. So is there any association between smoking and the performance of a student? So it could be a bit weird over here, but 10 years back, a study was conducted in USA. So this is what we are forecasting, something that is there any impact of uh, what you call smoking on student performance? So now these are two weird concepts. On the one side, we are talking about student performance. Here in India, when you think of smoking, smoking is a bad habit because it is injurious to health. In our culture also, people don't like if you smoke. But in some country where smoking is very natural, very common habit, so they conducted a research. So this is something, this is on the basis of, this is good for marketing company, those who those who are in marketing cigarette brands. So they conducted a research and they found that there is an association, or not only association, there is a relationship between smoking and performance of a student. So this is really very nice kind of learning. And it actually, we are here to enhance a skill, that how we can learn from marketing analytics. So let us start to the discussion. and welcome to this special session on marketing analytics. So session today is session 7, and tomorrow we'll have 2 classes. So I hope within few 3 or 4 classes we would be able to complete these all points. So we start today with identifying marketing information need, and then we will discuss customer database and developing a marketing information system. And the remaining part we will discuss tomorrow. So here you can see, making a marketing decision in a fast changing world is both an art and a science. I hope you agree with this statement, that when you think a marketing from marketer point of view or the producer of a product point of view, you see that the whole world is changing so fast. And now I remember I bought one mobile phone in the year 2000, and I use that mobile phone, Nokia phone, for next 7-8 years. Now today, just think of buying a mobile phone and using for next 5 year, 2 year. You don't think that you will be using a one particular mobile phone for next 2-3 years, more than 2 years or 1 year. So now things has changed. It's not in India, the whole world is changing so fast. Now taking decision, it's not an easy job, but taking decision is an art and a science. Science, why science? Because we need some steps, scientific steps, to reach up to a particular conclusion, right? So here we have a marketing analytics that on the basis of some tools and techniques, we come to the particular conclusion. But this would be a kind of human, understanding, human intelligence, and that comes on the basis of practice, that comes on the basis of experience. And now how you interpret that information, which is there because of systematic way of conducting a research or analysis. Now how do you interpret it? So that's very important over here. So that interpretation would be based on your experience and practices, which we call art, right? So on the one side, you have research has given you, because research we conduct and it's a systematic way, and generally people call it scientific way of conducting a research, because we have some parameter, we have some rules and regulation, and on the basis of these rules and regulation we conduct research. But whatever outcome, whatever output we have received through this analysis of data, analysis of information, now this is totally up to you. How do you interpret it? How do you take it? You take it positively, you take it the way it should be, or you understand your environment. Now you decide that, no, this information says something, but our current environment doesn't allow us to use this or to implement that particular things. Like, for example, one person from Bata company, it's a hypothetical, example. That boy was sent to one planet and he saw that nobody is wearing shoes. He came back and he has written a report that we can't sell Bata shoes on this planet because nobody is, wearing shoes. So this is what one approach. The second boy from other company, he went to another planet and he saw that nobody is wearing shoes. So he had given a report that it's a huge opportunity because nobody is wearing shoes. It's a big opportunity for our company. We have now big market on this planet, that we want that everybody wear shoes. So this is your approach. This is your decision-making style. This is all based on your experience. This is all based on your practices, and that is called art. So how you take decision, I'm not sure about it. You take decision on the basis of information you collect from internet. Not only for internet, you collect information from your friends. Not only friends, you see blogs, and a lot of information you collect. And finally, on the basis of your information, on the basis of your practices, and on the basis of your experience, you take decision, right? So here you see, holistic marketers recognize that marketing environment is constantly presenting new opportunities and threats. And we all sure about it. As a marketer, as a producer, as a company, as a firm, this whole environment is giving us opportunities and threats also. For example, COVID-19 had given us a lot of threat, right? But beside that, you see, it had given us an opportunity to speak online. Now students are online, teachers are online. So it has become an opportunity for a lot of organization, a lot of company. They introduce a different kind of software, different kind of tools, so that you can use these tools or you can use these tools for online teaching and learning. I remember 2 years back when I used to go to my college, I used to teach offline. And when Corona came, so somebody told me, do you know Zoom? I said, I don't know what is this Zoom all about, Zoom platform. So they say this is a good, wonderful platform. You are not supposed to come to college from your home. You can teach your student. And fortunately for 40 minutes free of cost. I was so excited that, okay, it's free and we should use it. Then I saw other platform like MS Team, Google, the other Google, they all launched the similar kind of product. Right. So this is what, and what they did in starting, they were aware that people not use it until unless they experience it. And for experience, they don't want to buy it. So they made it free of cost. This is one technique that, especially now presently, a lot of things you will see these companies, they offer free of cost. Why they offer free of cost? Because they want to see your response. And not only that, they actually wants to change your behavior. For example, Zio, when they came here, Airtel and other company, they were in trouble because they were providing a lot of things free of cost at a very cheap price. So what they were doing, they know Indians are price sensitive. So we need to give them something free of cost, and slowly we will see that they change their buying behavior. So this whole environment, whether this is a economic environment, political, legal environment, technological environment, culture, values, these all give you threats and opportunities. And they understand the importance of continuously monitoring. So what we need to do, we need to continuously monitor what is going on, why people behave in such a manner, why there is a shift in their buying habit. Now see, for last 1 month, a lot of people, they have been buying a lot of they are going for shopping. Now recently there was a news before Deepavali on Dhanteras. This time there was a record of buying gold. You can see, I mean, on the one side people are saying they don't have money, but on the other side you see a lot of people, they are buying a lot of stuff. So continuously there have been a lot of organization now, they keep eyes on what is going on in the environment. And on the basis of that, what they do, they forecast that this time this was there, this much money invested, this kind of trend we had, people like this kind of product, maybe after 2 3 months, 6 months, people will have this kind of demand. Now see, one movie comes and suddenly it become box office success. So what happens, it become a trend, and slowly people start following it, and others movie, other producers, movie maker, they follow the same trend and work on the same kind of things. I remember when I was in 12th class, we used to have movie, Amitabh Bachchan, Dharmendra, and movie where people used to fight with each other, right? And suddenly a movie came. The movie name was Salman Khan movie, Maine Pyar Kiya. So immediately, every producer moved from that aggressive kind of movie or a fighting scene. They enter into another stream, which was where they were showing love, they were showing affection, they were showing triangle. So this was what you can now forecast that now people, they fed up with this kind of concept. Now they are looking for something else. So here now you can see continuously monitoring. We need to continuously monitor what is going on around. Then on the basis of that, what we need to do, we need to forecast. And most important thing, look here, we need to be flexible enough, fragile enough. We need to adapt the environment. And remember, one caveat over here, you can't change the environment. You can't change the environment. What you need to do, you should learn and adapt yourself. That is very important. If you want to change environment, you would be nowhere. So better idea would be keep on watching what's going on, try to forecast with the help of tools and technique, and mold yourself as per the environment, as per the requirement. And then you can see the success. So here, before I move further, I talk about marketing information system. I have one case study, right? And this case study will reflect on that one organization. Traditionally, they were working on a one particular product. They were supplying that product, but suddenly they saw that there is a, down in terms of the demand. And then what they did, this is on the basis of what we discussed, this monitoring, then forecast and adapt yourself. So here is the case study. Let me see if you all are with me. Where are you? Say yes in your chat box. Okay, chat box is here. Let me see. Everybody reply. Let me see. Where are you? Okay, good. Good. So I hope you are able to understand. Shubhronil Mukherjee, can you unmute your mic?
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning. So is it okay, whatever we are discussing, you are able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So you understand these all dynamics?
Yes, sir, I'm understanding it.
Okay, great. Okay, so here we have one case study, everybody. We have one example from USA. It's a soup company, Campbell Soup Companies. It's basically a red and white soup cans represent one of the most famous US brand and were even the subject of an Andy Walpole portrait. I just forget about this. Recently, though the 43-year-old, very old company has suffered a double whammy. First, overall consumption of cane soup has declined 13%, and Campbell market share has dropped from 67% to 53%. Now see, when this kind of old company, because we feel like, for example, Tata old company, Amul old company, if they found themselves in a trouble, then I mean, that would be matter of a concern. So here, this soup company, it has been there for more than 140 years. It's a very old company in USA. And there was a problem, two problems. Overall consumption of cane soup has declined 13%, and Campbell's market share had dropped from 67 to 53% due to popularity of fresh and premium soup. So you have been supplying your soup for many years. You are very confident and you give in can, right? Now let us move further. To stop this slide, let us see what they did. Campbell set out to better understand the 18 to 34-year-old who make up 20%, 25% of the US population and will profoundly affect the company's future. So here, who gonna be our target market? Now we know our target market, that these are the people, those who actually buying our product. So here we have people, those who belong to age group of 18 to 34 years. Adopting an anthropological research approach. Anthropological means you understand a particular community, you talk to a particular community and understand their way of doing routine work, behavior. That is anthropology. So adopting an anthropological research approach, they sent executives to study millennial consumers face to face. So what happens in anthropology? Generally, we go to tribal area and understand what they do, what kind of activities they have. So similarly over here, this company Campbell send executive to, because we call these people, those who born after 1985 or 1990 onwards, we call them millennials. And so these executives, they need to talk to face to these consumers. So face to face in hipster market hubs such as London, Austin, Portland, or Washington, DC. They engage in live-alongs where they shopped and ate and home with young consumers. So they wanted to understand where they keep themselves engaged, where do they go for shopping, what do they eat, right? Do they eat along? So this kind of information they collected. So basically, these youngsters, what they do, they live along, and where they shop, what they eat along, right? Where they dine with them in restaurant. So here you see, this was the insight from that research, from the information these executive collected. Millennials love spices and ate more exotic food than their parents. I hope it's true. You people eat what? You people like to have, I don't know what you eat, but like person like me, we eat home food, homemade food like chapati, dal, sabji, something like that. But now you see each and every corner in Delhi, you will see shops, and these shops sell a lot of stuff. I don't know whether that is so good for health or not. So, I mean, different kind of things have arisen. Let me see what you people like to eat nowadays. Put in remarks in your chat box, everybody. Do you really eat spicy food, more exotic food, or what would you like to eat? Put remarks in your chat box, everybody. Chat box is open. Burger, pizza is common, but beside that, French fries or what? Yeah, let me see your reflection, everybody. Okay, so fast food, Rahul said. Okay, great. So here, so these millennials, these children, they just couldn't cook at home. So what Campbell solution was, it was a new line. What is that? Campbell go with soup, ready to eat meals in 6 flavor variety. That's great. So now you need to adapt yourself according to the need of the consumer. So we have 6 variety, Moroccan style chicken with chickpeas. So you will all love, I hope, all these spicy Rojino and pulled chicken with black beans and coconut curry and chicken with shiitake mushrooms, and then sold in pouches rather than cans to convey freshness, and it a price $3, more than 3 times the basic red and white line. So here you see the price is a bit high, but you are offering a lot of things, a lot of variety. The product line was promoted entirely online. So now, earlier the concept was you come to a shop, come to a mall, buy that, and now things has changed. So this company, what they did, they made a survey, find out what is your like, what is your dislike, and they know these are the those who gonna buy my product. So now guys, they want spicy exotic food. They want that things should reach online to their doorstep. And the product line was promoted entirely online, including music and humor sites, gaming platforms, and social media. So where you see that, okay, this product is common. So you start talking about that product. when you start talking about that product, that means you start liking that product. So here, Campbell also says beverage farm baked goods. We ate vegetable juices, Prego pasta sauce, but soup account for half its revenue. So marketing success for the new line was crucial. So here you can learn with this case study that why and how the concept of marketing research or marketing analytics is important, so that you can survive. And if there is any downfall in sale or revenue, it will really gonna help you to understand your consumer like and what they are preferring. They are preferring exotic, tasty, spicy food, and what they are looking for, they are looking to buy this online. And where they want to see the advertisement of soup, they want to see the soup advertisement on gaming platforms, social media, humor site, and where they listen music or watch music. So this was one case study I thought I should discuss with you. Now, this is what basically with this example, this case study, you can understand it is actually collecting information. It is about talking about your preferences, your like, your dislike, right? So what we need to do, we need to talk to people. And before that, we need to understand who is our target market. Our target market may be young people like millennials over here, maybe aged people, maybe sometime different gender, maybe boys or maybe girls. So that you need to figure out who gonna be your target market. And then just check which age group you're talking about, which income group you're talking about. Uh, you want to talk to everybody? That is not possible. That is not possible. So this case study had given you some idea that, okay, we know our market, we know that who we are going to talk, what is their preferences, what they like, and where they like the product, where they want to see the product they are using, they are buying. So this all possible with marketing information system. So whenever you are interested to know about your consumer, your customer, you need to go for marketing information system. Now, what is this marketing information system? The major responsibility for identifying significant marketplace changes falls to the company's marketers. Marketers have two advantages for the task. So when you think of there is a change, there is fall to the company, it is significant change in your company. So it's your responsibility, it's your major responsibility to identify that significant change in your company. Now, marketer here as a company, you have two advantages for the task. First, what you need to do if there is a down fall in your company, or there is any change fall in your company, what you need to do, you need to collect information. And for collecting information, you should have a right kind of pedagogy, right kind of methodology. You cannot collect information from all. You must know who is your target customer, who is your segment, and from that segment or target market, you should collect information. And one more caveat over here, that you need to understand that data would be collected in terms of, or the information would be collected in terms of data. That is, data is quantitative data, or information would be a qualitative information. So that you need to understand. Second very important thing, time spent interacting with customers and observing competitors and other outside groups. So now you have two responsibility. If there is any problem in your organization regarding the sale, regarding the profit, regarding the market share, so then you need to do two things. First, you need to collect data, you need to collect information, and while you're collecting information, you need to spend times, interact with your customer. And not only a customer, you need to keep eyes on your competitor. you need to observe your competitor. And beside that, you need to see the outside groups also. Now, who these people are, those who are in outside groups? Now you see, before you go and buy some product, like for example, I had given one example last time. During Deepavali, I was very keen to buy one vacuum cleaner. And when you think of a vacuum cleaner, what do you do? What I do whenever I buy any product like this, I search on YouTube, blogs, and then I saw over there 3 brands, and these 3 brands were unknown to me. And what happened when I went to a market, they had only one brand, Eureka Forbes, right? So this is what, like for example, just think of a car company. Before you buy a car, you go to check that car performance, whether people like that car or not on YouTube. So YouTube, lot of YouTube channel, few YouTube channel bloggers, they will give you that this car company is good, performance is good. The other people will say, no, no, this performance is not good, car company is not good. It has this kind of problem. This is what these are outside groups. And these outside groups actually put a lot of impact on customer buying habit, customer, when they are looking for buying product. So these outside groups play a very, very important role. So what we need to do, we need to develop, or maybe a newspaper, or when you think of, when a new movie launch on a box office, you see a review and a lot of, lot of people, they write review, right? Critically analyze that movie. So that is what some newspaper, they say that movie is good. Some newspapers say the movie is not so good. So who these people are? So these are outside groups, right? So we have now two things as a marketer, that we need to collect data and we need to spend time to interact with the customer. Not only customer, we need to observe what is our customer, who is our customer, what they are doing. Are they going to launch new product? What new promotion strategy they have adopted? And plus outside groups, like I said. Yeah, Rahul Singh Chadar, tell me what you have any.
Sir, basically, what are the software used in company? Like example, you said SPSP software.
Actually, okay, SPSS, actually generally we use as a researcher, statistical package for social science, SPSS, right? And second, nowadays it's very common because SPSS, you have to invest a lot of money. Now there is a free software called R programming. R, the capital R, and the programming. It is free of cost. It's available online. And good thing is, beside it's available free of cost, if you want to learn it, earlier we used to learn coding, but now they have developed such kind of platform. It is like package which is easy to understand, easily you can interact with that particular software, right? So it has got now some kind of like menu you see when you use Excel sheet, right? So in Excel sheet, you have all options, menu, all options. Similarly, like in R programming also, you have a lot of options. So you're not supposed to write coding for that. And good thing is free of cost. So these are few software which actually help you to go for statistical advanced tools and technique and help us to understand, is there any relationship between two variables, association relationship, and with that you can predict and you can forecast, right, Rahul?
Sure, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I hope this is clear up to this, what we have been talking about, and let us move further. So some firms having marketing information system that provide rich detail about buyer want, preference, and behavior. Look, for example, now I have my own YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel gave me all possible information that how much time my viewers they spend on my YouTube channel, what is their age group, are they from India or from abroad, which particular which particular what you call YouTube video they watch the most, right? Which particular video they give response to. So this is what I have some kind of privilege now, that whatever software I buy, right, whatever platform we have, for example YouTube, you have Google also. Google, if you go for SEO, search engine optimization, there you will see that it helps us to give you some business analytics. And there are some tools also, which are, when we will talk about social media marketing, we will talk about free of cost tools and techniques available. And these tools and techniques we can use for analytical purpose, right? So how to use this SEO, what is this organic marketing, what is this paid advertisement on Google, how you can see what is the response of your marketing advertisement. So this we will discuss when we discuss social media marketing. And I will guide you, I will tell you different kind of tools and techniques, free of cost software available with us. And these software you can use. And that's really something which give you some competitive advantage. Because now I have seen that, for example, now Google, when you open a Google account, Gmail account, on the right side on the top, there are 9 buttons, 9 dot. Have you ever checked these 9 dots? So one dot is for YouTube, another dot is for Google Classroom. They all gave you different kind of analytical things. They gave you different kind of facility free of cost. So please try to use this facility, and you will see little bit information also they gave you. And that information is actually somewhere linked with the marketing information system. So some firms have marketing information system that provide rich detail about buyers, want, preference, and behavior. Like for example, you are attending this class, and I know how long each and every student will stay with me in this class. So your attendance would be totally based on how long you stay with us, right? If you stay just for 15-20 minutes, we will not give you attendance. So that, how do we know that you are with us for 1 hour today? So that software we have, right? So this information system you have at IBS. So so another example of marketing information system. So first example was about how to collect data, what kind of data you need to collect. Now this is about marketing information system. DuPont commission marketing studies to uncover personal pillow behavior for its Deccan polyester unit. Now very weird kind of study, your pillow, aapka takiya. I mean, how it's so important? Do you think it's important, everybody? Why it's so important? Personal pillow behavior for the Deccan polyester unit, which supply filling to pillow market makers and sell its own comfortable brand. Yeah, tell me, do you think your pillow is important in your life? Say yes or no, or say how and why it's so important. Put remarks in the chat box, everybody. Go ahead, everybody. Tell me. Let me see your reflection. Why it's so important? Anyone can unmute and tell me. Is this pillow important in your life? Tell me, everybody, yes or no in your chat box. Give reply, then we'll move further. Tell me, everybody. Am I audible to all? Rahul, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Archana, can you unmute your mic?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, do you think pillow is important in our life or in your life?
Yes, sir. So it's depend upon the situation.
Okay, so what do you mean by situation?
Sometimes we need and sometimes we did not need.
Okay, so here you see this study was very interesting. Why it was so interesting? Rahul say for comfortable sleep. Okay, so you develop a habit actually, right? Even for think of jeans. When you use jean, you wear every day because jeans are you buy. It's a rough, tough kind of stuff. So that become a very integral part because you have been using a jeans, and if you use more and more and more and more use that jean, you feel more comfortable. Similarly, like pillow also, right? If I give you a new bed or new pillow, it would be very uncomfortable for you for few days, for next few days. But over the period of time, you will see it has become your habit, right? It develop a habit that, okay, we can stay with this pillow. So this was a kind of very interesting study. See what they did. One challenge is that people don't give up their old pillow. This was came in that study. So 37% of one sample described their relationship with their pillow as being like that of. Right. So this is very common that we don't want to give up. So for example, when I sleep, I'll always look for my own pillow. Right. I feel comfortable with that pillow. So one said that it's an old marriage couple, right? So you got married with your takia or pillow. And an additional 13% said their pillow was like a childhood friend. I don't know about you guys. If I request you to define your pillow, how are you going to define? I don't know. I'm not sure about it. So respondents fell into distinct groups in terms of pillow behavior. So generally we have a human behavior, but it's a pillow behavior. So we call them stakers, 23%, plumpers, 20%, rollers or folders. So how many use as you keep it in fold form, right? Cuddlers, 16, and smashers who pound their pillow into a more comfy shape, 10%. Women were more likely to plump, men to fold. The prevalence of stakers led the company to sell more pillow pegs as pair at different level of softness or firmness. So see up to what extent we go to do a research. Now we are understanding the role of pillow, role of takia in your life. So what is the role of a pillow in your life? You want a good sleep, you should have that kind of pillow, right? Which has become a part, as we mentioned here, it's a kind of old marriage couple, right? Or your childhood friend. So that is what we are actually describing a product and the importance of a product in your life. And that could be that here you see we are understanding the role of a pillow for women and role of a pillow for a man. See, up to such extent we are conducting a research and we are trying to find out the relationship of a human being with the pillow. Marketers also have an extensive information about how consumption pattern vary across and within countries. This is another venture here you see on a per capita annual basis. For example, Irish consume the most chocolate. You can see this much kilogram. It's basically in European country, we call it IBS. This much chocolate they eat. Czech, the most beer, this much liter. The French, the most wine, you can see they take. Greeks, they smoke cigarette most. Consider regional differences. Seattle resident buy more sunglasses per person than in any other US city. People in Salt Lake City and Utah eat the most Jello. Long Beach, California resident eat the most ice cream. Why they eat a lot of ice cream? Because in California, it's a place where it is like Delhi, basically, right? California, for example, San Diego, even San Francisco is a bit cold. But when you move from Los Angeles, LA towards San Diego, towards a border of Mexico, it's like Delhi. I mean, the weather is a bit hot for 6-8 months. It's hot. Remaining 3-4 months, it remains good. I mean, it's pink. So that's why there's a huge demand of ice cream. And New York City dwellers buy the most country's music CD or the music albums. So this is what here it's about USA and other country too. Now we need to understand Indian market. We need to understand consumption pattern, and it vary across within a country. And India, as I mentioned, a lot of people, they like one thing, that is gold. And they feel that gold is something where the value of gold will never ever come down. Similarly, a lot of people, they, instead of investing money in bank, in fixed deposit, they keep on investing in, or they buy land actually. So they keep on investing in buying land, because if you buy land, it's a very rare situation when price will come down. Generally, price moves up. So here, this information actually assists us in the marketing information system. Every firm must organize and distribute a continuous flow of information to its marketing manager. So this is, we should have such kind of system which will really help a manager to get all possible information. And this is organization responsibility to create such kind of system so that our manager can have all possible information with them. And a marketing information system consists of people. So who is important in marketing information system? People, equipment, procedure to gather, sort, analyze, evaluate, and distribute needed, timely, and accurate information to marketing decision makers. And it relies on internal company records, marketing intelligence activities, and marketing research. So 3 important ingredients of a marketing information system. Beside people, equipment, procedure, we should have some system through which we can collect company internal records. Second, we should have some intelligence system. We can understand what is going on around. We should know about customer. We should know about our competitor. And that is possible when we conduct some marketing research. So here, the company's marketing research system should combine what managers think they need, what they really need, and what is economical feasible, right? So this is little bit about the data we need to collect, and this is little bit about management information system. So today we stop it here, but before I leave, tomorrow we'll have 2 classes and we will discuss more about this management information system and marketing analytics. And our focus would be more on research. So we will discuss that. But before that, let me give you one very important thing for you. We'll discuss this. Just give me 1 minute. Where we are. Okay. Note down everybody, assignment 3. I hope you will be able to finish your work I have given you. This is assignment 3. And I will put it on a Google class. I will put a deadline also. Maybe by Saturday, you need to finish it. What brands and products do you feel successfully speak to you and effectively target your age group? So this is linked with today's discussion, collection of data. Why which Why? Which one do not and what could they do better? Right? I hope you understand this. So thank you very much for joining today. Now, finally, if you have any weird question in your mind, please ask, please feel free. Or otherwise say why in your chat box. And thank you very much for joining. Say why in your chat box and then you can leave. Okay, Archana. Go ahead, everybody. Let me see. Shivani, Anshul. Go ahead, everybody. Let me see. Write why in your chat box. Rahul. Go ahead, everybody. Go ahead. Okay, thank you very much and we'll continue tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye.